Hello and welcome to Big Orbit Games unboxing video of Magic the Gathering Conspiracy Take the Crown. My name is Simon and I'll be doing the unboxing today. So I know this is a bit later than release. Unfortunately I have been rather busy lately, Insomnia 58 and other projects we're working on, so unfortunately I have been a wee bit busy, but we don't want to completely miss out on this set because it's quite a cool set. So here we are, a little late but better than never, right? So this is a follow-up to last year's Conspiracy set. It focuses primarily on drafting, so your best way to play this is by drafting the packs. You can just buy them and hopefully pull out all the shiny rare stuff, but really you should be getting the most out of this by drafting it. So you have these conspiracy cards, like here, the Monarch. At the beginning your end step, the typo card, you should have an of there. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, its controller becomes the Monarch. So these are some of the fun little conspiracy cards that float around in the game, doing very cool little effects and fun stuff like that. So they're double-sided, as you can see. So we'll pop that to one side. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to flick through a lot of the packs. Doom Traveller, good card. Flick through a lot of the packs. This is not an in-depth guide or... what did you say to? It's not an in-depth guide or a competitive guide or anything like that. This is just me opening up the box and just taking a look. And I'll mostly focus on things like the rare and stuff. So we have Keeper of Keys. So 5 mana creature, human, rogue, mutant, all the subtypes. He's a 4/4, and when he enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you're the Monarch, creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Kind of neat. And we have here Incendiary Descent on the conspiracy cards, and you can tell because of this like scroll effect and the symbol, so you can just tell it is a slightly different card. So this one has Hidden Agenda. So start the game with this conspiracy face down in the command zone and secretly name a card. You may turn this conspiracy face up any time and reveal the chosen name. So best to put like a bit of paper inside the sleeve or something. Creatures you control with the chosen name have pay red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So fire breathing basically. That's kind of cool. So like I said, the set really is focused on being a set for drafting. So we've got a spirit token in that one. And that really is your key thing you should be doing with it, having lots of fun drafting the sets. So, gratuitous violence. Who doesn't like gratuitous violence? So it's a 5 mana enchantment, and if a creature you control would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage to that creature or player instead. A nice artwork of the arena fighting there. Hinting at the Cabal from some of the older storylines for those of you that remember the old stuff. So there are a lot of reprints in here, so you've got a spirit token there. A natural unity for the conspiracy. There are a lot of reprints in the set. I think it's the most valuable cards really are for legacy for this. I mean, there's some modern stuff or stuff that's great just in casual play. I mean, Commander always gets a buff from everything, doesn't it? So. Rogue's Passage, surprisingly useful. And we have Grenzo, Havoc Razor. So legendary creature, Goblin Rogue. So this is a nice commander, as I just started mentioning. So double red, 2/2. Whenever you can treat creature you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one. Goad target creature that player controls, so it has to attack, I believe. And exile the top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, you may cast that card and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour to cast it. You burn or pillage. Oh nice, we have a Dusk Mantle Seer there in foil as well, very nice. And assemble the Rankin Vial. I do love some of the naming conventions. So this is a Hidden Agenda, and creatures with the chosen name have, when it dies, pay a black to put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. Very useful to have. Let's put the token down there. Good. Just gonna blitz through a lot of the packs. And if you were to pick up a box of this or something, then, there'll be some good stuff in there. Harvester of Souls from the original Innistrad, Adrian's Valor, and a Construct token. There will be some good stuff to be had from here for building commander decks and casual play. So you've got life outside of the draft with it as well. It's not, you're not just stuck with a bunch of cards, thankfully. And a Massive Predation. which is Decree, Avatar of Woe. Nice. So our first mythic we've pulled. This is a classic Avatar. 8 mana to cast, 6/5, but if there are 10 or more creature cards total in all graveyards, Avatar of Woe costs 6 less to cast, making her a 2-drop 6/5. With Fear and tap, destroy target creature, it can't be regenerated. So very good the later on into the game you get. So, on to the next pack. Eventually I'll open these the right way around. So unfortunately I haven't actually managed to find some time to draft Find some time to draft this myself. Blood Toll Harpy, looking good in foil. And then we had Sangromancer as our rare. I haven't had a chance to draft this myself yet, unfortunately. Which is a real shame, kind of missing out on a lot of the fun the set offers by drafting it. Sylvan Bounty, good card by the way. Got a Sniper, used to love that back in the Ravnica days. Covenant of Mind, sorcery, reveal top 3 cards of your library, target opponent may choose to put those cards into your hand. If he or she doesn't, put those cards into your graveyard and draw 5 cards. So you get to have a nice bit of draw there, hopefully, in one way or another. And then we have the Hired Heist. So it's a hidden agenda again, and whenever a creature you control with the chosen name deals damage, pay a blue to draw a card. And who does not like drawing extra cards? So unfortunately the conspiracy cards can't be used outside of the conspiracy draft, so make the most of them whilst you're drafting them, because that is definitely what they're intended for. Prey Upon, useful. Guldraz Spectre, that's a classic. Another Incendiary Descent and a Monarch. So the Monarch token's useful to have around, have at least one of those just available for use when you're playing, and then afterwards makes up a nice pretty crown for it. So flip through. Spire Phantasm. So these are, highlight one of these now. So we've got see the different background. So these ones have an effect when they're being drafted. So for example, this one is reveal it as you draft it. The next time a player drafts a card from their booster pack, guess the card's name, then that player reveals the drafted card. Flying, and when it enters the battlefield, if you guessed correctly for a card named Spire Phantasm, draw a card. So much useful to pick this later on in a pack. So there's only a few cards left and you can have a good guess of what your opponent might have decided to pick. I'll jump back to the rare. Faith's Reward, good reprint. So, next pack. Let's take a look. Regicide. Might as well take a look at Regicide, things we keep passing you through it. Reveal it as you draft it. The player to your right chooses a colour, you choose another colour, and the player to your left chooses a third colour. Destroy target creature that's one or more of the colours chosen as your drafted card named Regicide. And it's got some of the key artwork, which when the set was originally announced, we did see him on the throne, and obviously it's called Take the Crown. Been assassinated. So, Deceiver Exarch, very mean. Followed Footsteps. Which, there is a bit of a story to the set, it's always worth reading into. Magic always has good stories, so it's always worth taking a read into them, seeing what was going on. Evolving Wilds, because we need more of those. A Sphinx and the Bergosi. Oh, and a Palace Jailer in foil. Sphinx, they're going to be, there's going to be a lot of those soon, since we've had the announcement for Amonkhet, the set next year, after Aether Revolt. So Calendesh is coming up soon, as of filming. Then we have Aether Revolt, followed by next year we will have Amonkhet, which has finally got Nicol Bolas coming back, which I am very excited for. Oh, beautiful Kea Ghost Assassin. So, oh, and a foil Child of Night. Good card. So, this is the Planeswalker for the set, same as the original had Dak Faden. This one has Kea Ghost Assassin. So, 4 mana, 2 white black, 5 loyalty. She has a 0, exile her, and up to 1 target creature, and return those cards to the battlefield under their control. At the beginning of your next upkeep, you lose 2 life, however. And -1, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And -2, each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. So really good for sort of like commander and multiplayer formats, which is what Conspiracy should be played as. No plus ability though, so once you've played her down, unless you've got a way to sort of falsely add on loyalty tokens or some kind of doubling effect so she can survive a bit longer, then, you know, you're only going to get a few turns of use out of it. But in a multiplayer game, if you're facing 4 different people, you know, force 4 of them to discard, you get to draw 4 cards, etc. You know, you can get a lot of mileage out of her. Protector of the Crown. So when it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. All damage that will be dealt to you is dealt to Protector of the Crown instead, and he is a 2/5. So he's not going to soak through all the damage you get thrown that gets thrown at you. You know, for the rest of the game, he hasn't got like 10 health or anything like that, but he'll at least take a shot for you, which a good protector should. 100-handed one. Yeah. So that's from. Oh, my mind goes blank suddenly. I know what the set is in my head. That's going to bug me until it comes back to me. I'll come back to that in a minute. Strong Kirk, Disenchant, Garbage Fire. Garbage Fire. So, reveal Garbage Fire as you draft it and note how many cards you've drafted this draft round, including Garbage Fire. And it deals damage to target creature equal to the highest number you noted for cards named Garbage Fire. So, again, one of these ones that's better to draft later, but if you leave it too late, someone else is so going to pick it ahead of you. And we have Adriana, Captain of the Guard, as our rare. So, legendary creature, so once again, good for commander. 5 mana, red, white, 4/4. Melee, whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this combat, so you're being rewarded for attacking multiple people. And other creatures you control have melee. So you're potentially getting like a +2 or a +3 out of her each round with that melee ability, which is useful. Well, Jeering Homunculus. Such a cute little card. I'd like to have done some new artwork on the Doom Traveller. It's kind of cool artwork, but I mean, such a nice card. Beast Within, very useful card for Modern. Throne of the High City. So, it's a land, tap to add a waste to your mana pool, and then pay 4 and tap and sack, you become the Monarch. So if you've got any of the cards that rely on you being the Monarch to activate their abilities, then you can steal it away. Right. Driver of the Dead, Ill-Tempered Cyclops, a Kite Sail, Mammoblazon, Duskmantle Seer, who we saw earlier, but this time a little less shiny. Oh, one of the packs fell down the box slightly. Let's see what we get with this one. So, the Hord's Operative. So this one's cool. So you have to draft it face up, which is just a bit different from what you'd normally do. And as you draft a card, you may draft an additional card from the booster pack, and then you get to turn this face down and pass the next booster pack without drafting a card from it. So this happens sometimes in drafting. You go, oh, I really wish I could take both of these. Lurvord's Operative lets you do just that. And we have Splitting Slime. Oh, Sovereign's Realm as well. So Conspiracy. So you start the game with this Conspiracy face up in the command zone. Your deck can't have basic lands, and your starting hand size is 5. But how will you play cards? Well, exile a card from your hand. This turn you may play a basic land card from outside the game, and basic land cards you control have tap add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. So Sovereign's Realm allows you to make a 5-coloured deck. It's a bit crazy, obviously starting with 5 cards, but you've got access to every single colour right from the get-go. You do need to be careful with this when drafting though, because if you draft too many Conspiracies which start outside the game and draft a Sovereign's Realm, then you might find yourself ending up, because you can't put basic lands in the deck, you might end up finding yourself with slightly less than the minimum 40 cards for the deck. So general consensus is that you're just not allowed to play the Sovereign's Realm, which would be a huge shame if you've done all the effort of drafting it. So just, try not to draft too many Conspiracies if you see that one. So on to the second half. So we have a Kami of the Crescent Moon from Kamigawa. That's kind of cool. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. So you can almost make a hug deck, like a group hug commander deck. Like have that, it's the idea of the basis. Make them draw themselves out, because it's cruel. So Prayer Pine, Opaline, Hail, Exotic Orchard. Useful sometimes. Tap to add 1 to add to your mana pool 1 mana of any colour that land an opponent controls will produce. So it can be quite useful to have. Obviously it relies on your opponents having the colours you need, but if you're playing multiplayer, which the set is focused on, then that shouldn't be a problem having access to one of those, the colours you need. Murder, such a classic. Serum Vision's very useful card to have. So, Paliano Vanguard, and we have Hymn of the Wilds as well. That's a good pack. So, we'll do the Vanguard first. So, he's a 2 mana, creature human soldier, 2/2. You have to draft him face up. As you draft a creature card, you may reveal it, note its creature types, and turn him face down. Another creature you control of a type you noted, for cards named Paliano Vanguard, get +1/+1. That's quite neat, isn't it? And Hymn of the Wilds. So it's a conspiracy. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast, and you can't cast instant or sorcery spells. So you really have to focus on having a like a creature heavy deck with that one, otherwise, well, you can't play anything else. So it forces you to tailor your deck. It's one of those kind of conspiracies if you're going to encounter it, you hope you draft it very early on. Otherwise it's going to kind of ruin the rest of your day, unfortunately. Phyrexian Arena, classic. 3 mana, enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and you lose a life. Ooh, Coveted Peacock. So, one of those cards that it's so useful to have, but it can very quickly get out of control and put you into dangerous territories if you're not careful with it. Unnerve, Divination, Irresistible Prey. Sanctum Prelate, so another mythic with a Fiery Fall and a Natural Unity there. So 3 mana 2/2, as it enters the battlefield choose a number. Non-creature spells with converted mana cost equal to the chosen number can't be cast. Just completely and utterly deny your opponent any fun. I mean, the ability to cast cards of a certain type. So obviously it shuts yourself down as well, because you can't do them either, but you know, it's a non-creature, so if you combine it with that Wilds one, the Hymn of the Wilds as well, you know, this is talking like 2 mythics is an ideal draft, but you know, combine the 2 and you're laughing. Hedron Matrix, so it's a 4 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is its converted mana cost, equipped 4. Put it on a big 8 mana dude, you know, you're laughing. Echoing Boom, so this is a hidden agenda. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets a creature you control with the chosen name, you may copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy. So, yeah, it's quite an interesting one. It's good for sort of making a rush type deck. Pump something with a red pump spell of some kind. Boom, you're away. Garbage Fire again. Current Hoplite, Noble Banneret, Spirit of the Hearth. The other game we don't talk about. So 6 mana, 4/5 flying, and you have hexproof. Woofed. Simple. A nice cat spirit protecting you. It looks very much like a Sphinx, or as if Mufasa grew wings. It's up to you. You can call it either way there. But that could have very easily been a Sphinx, so it's quite cool it's a cat. Grenzo's Ruffians, Wild Pair. So, Wild Pair, 6 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, search your library for a creature card with the same total power and toughness, and put it onto the battlefield. If you do, shuffle your library. So it doesn't keep triggering itself because you just put it onto the battlefield, you don't cast it. Great in a creature heavy deck, especially if you tailor your deck slightly towards it, so lots of stuff has similar equal power and toughness. You know, you can be getting 2-for-1s all over the place. Cast something that's a bit cheaper but a little bit worse but has the same power toughness as a bigger creature, boom, you're away. Oh, Emissary's Ploy and Burgeoning. So Burgeoning, 1 mana green enchantment. Whenever an opponent plays a land, you may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. It's absolutely disgusting in my mind. Absolutely great commander card. And the more players you're playing against, the better. You can just ramp so hard with that card. Emissary's Ploy Conspiracy. So before drawing your opening hand, choose 1, 2, or 3. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour to cast creature spells with converted mana cost equal to the chosen number. So make sure you keep a good eye on what's in your deck as you build it, if you've drafted this conspiracy, and then just choose accordingly. Goblin Tunneler. Entourage of Trust, Rune Servitor, Charmbreaker Devils, reprint from Innistrad, and assemble the Rank and Vial. More Magic cards need plenty of names like that. Cloak Siren, Tenants of the Guard, you have Capital Punishment, and the Hired Heist. So 6 mana sorcery, which is quite expensive. Council's Dilemma. Starting with you, each player votes for death or taxes, which is a very classic Magic turn. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each death vote and discards a card for each taxes vote. So yeah, selected divide people's opinions quite a lot. Everyone votes for death and they're all playing spell heavy decks and you're the only guy with the creature deck. Boo. And vice versa, of course. Inquisition of Kozilek, a nice value reprint here. It's a 1 mana sorcery, target player reveals their hand, choose an online card from it with convert mana cost 3 or less and discard it. Played very heavily in things like Modern and stuff, so it's nice to see that reprinted, make it a little bit more accessible. And with quite cool artwork as well. So, let's see what else we can get. The Queen herself. Ooh, and foil Layer of the Land. So, she's a legendary creature, human assassin. She's also the cover girl. 4 mana, 1 red, white and black. She's a 3/3 with Death Touch and Haste. Nasty. And when she enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent is the Monarch, put a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Death Touch and Haste onto the battlefield. So you start making like little clones of her almost, effectively. You're going to start being hated very quickly. People are going to want you to be the Monarch quite a bit, just to stop you getting so many 1/1 Death Touch hasting little creatures, which are great for defending yourself or just for attacking. So go on, block them. Ooh, Recruiter of the Guard. So 3 mana, 1/1. When Recruiter of the Guard enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. So this is an effective, sort of like a reprint of a card called the Imperial Recruiter. It's slightly worse and slightly better. It depends on your point of view. Either way, it's a nice value card and quite sought after for things like Legacy, I believe, at the moment. So, Hallowed Burial. So 5 mana white sorcery, put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's libraries. So basically reset the board. And Weighted Advantage. It's Conspiracy, and each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, which I quite like. You can effectively make, if you've drafted enough of like the big cheap wall creatures, shame there's no oxes in this, then, you can just make an interesting deck. Your opponent thinking, what? You're just playing loads of bad stuff with... Oh. Skyline Despot. So it's a flying 7 mana 5/5 dragon. And when it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. Seeing a theme here with a lot of these rares. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you're the Monarch, put a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. I know there's some dragon lovers out there who are going to absolutely adore having that card. So, penultimate pack. We've already had a few really good cards in here, so Burning Wish. I'm not going to complain too much. So it's a 2 mana red sorcery. You may choose a sorcery card you own from outside the game, reveal that card and put it into your hand, and then exile Burning Wish, which in normal play means your sideboard. So, final pack. Are we going to get another mythic? Be nice. I'm not going to complain if we don't know, because I think we've had a good pull. Oh, we've got a foil though. Arcane Savant. Oh, and we got a foil mythic. Oh, beautiful. So we did get another mythic. That's absolutely beautiful to pull that in foil. And Arcane Savant. 5 mana, 3/3 creature, human wizard in blue. Before you shuffle your deck to start the game, you can reveal this card from your deck. Exile an instant or sorcery card you drafted that isn't in your deck. And when it enters the battlefield, you can copy a card you exiled with the cards named Arcane Savant. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Ooh, it's quite nice and tidy, isn't it? So there we go, that is everything we've gotten from our conspiracy box. So very happy with that. The Queen in foil, very much like that, and the Dusk Mantle Seer. That's quite nice to have both of those in foil. And again, mythics wise, you know, we haven't done too badly either. So we've had the Queen herself, Inquisition of Kozilek, that's a really good one. I really like Burgeoning, that's a nice card. Exotic Orchard's useful. Dusk Mantle Seer, Adriana's nice. Oh, there we are, okay, yeah. So yeah, Avatar of War is useful. We've had some really good stuff out of this box, a lot of useful things. Very good, seeing as it's just been straight cracked open. There's a lot of useful stuff for Commander, which is great, seeing as, you know, that's mostly what you'll be doing with a lot of this. But you could almost see this as a idle start into Legacy as well. So there we go, that is everything from our conspiracy take the Crown box. Again, sorry for the delay in getting the video up, but as we said, better late than never. So remember, all the cards you've seen here today can be bought and sold on our website, bigorweekcards.co.uk. Remember to like and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you have anything you'd like to say, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.